Ooh, almost started there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes of all teenagers, welcome. Welcome to tonight's continuation of our really entertaining, hopefully, I don't know. It's fun for me. Our very fun Jamaica Plains build here in Fallout 4. All right. Oh man. Sorry, I'm a little distracted right now. Had a lot of fun watching one of my favorite shows with a good friend of mine who hasn't seen the show before, and everyone knows that feeling, you know? It's like, oh yes, I get to show you something that's so cool, and you haven't seen it before, and I get to relive all these experiences with the show with you. Yes, that's great. It was lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. But today, we're continuing the build of the Jamaica Plains Motel. One of the few things that we need that we don't have yet, besides a lot of extra residential buildings. We needed a motel here, because what if visitors are coming into town? What's going to happen there, you know? Maybe a caravan comes through, they need a place to stay for the night. How do you take care of them? We've got the Jamaica Plains Motel just for that. So, if you weren't here yesterday, we started with the layout, and the layout took us a good, I want to say about 40-ish minutes to figure out, because there were a few bumps in the road, but that's fine. Now that we've worked out those bumps, we can replicate the process all the way up. The building will probably be 3 or 4 stories, but we got the layout taken care of. We took care of the front office, or the, you know, reception, whatever you want to call it. It's not technically the lobby. It's not technically the front desk, because it's in a separate building from both of the wings of the motel. But you know what I mean. It's supposed to be the front desk. It's supposed to be the lobby, and that's about all there really is to it. We built. I'm very happy with the little pond that we put together. And that came together real well. The only thing that's going to be difficult to work with continually is going to be visual tearing whenever we turn to our right. If we're too deep into the detailing, yeah. So that'll be interesting. But other than that, we've been doing pretty well so far. Been doing pretty well so far. If you are watching live, thank you very much for watching live. It means the world to me. Make sure to follow me here on Kick if you haven't already, and you'll be notified every time we go live automatically. If you're watching on the VODs channel, which is at CN_games on YouTube, or just look up CN Games, thank you. Consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And if you check the description, you'll find links to the Kick channel, of course, as well as all my social medias, where you'll be notified as to when I go live and what we're up to. But enough about me. Let's actually just jump into what we're doing today. Okay, so we've got a lot of decorations to work on. We have to decorate each and every single one of these motel rooms. However, they can all be decorated the exact same way when it comes to placing furniture pieces. The beds can be in the same position. We can have all of the seating and the entertainment in the same locations. We just need to decide what that's going to look like, and then replicate that process over and over again. That's the one saving grace about designing this motel, is that the detailing does not need to be completely unique every single time. Hotels in general, you'd want the same kinds of rooms to have the same kind of furniture in roughly the same position relative to where their location, so that it's the same experience for each customer. Okay, and then if we have the time, we'll begin building. We should have the time. We'll besides building up the actual layers of the second floor, we'll also go ahead and see if we can detail the landlord's apartment here at the motel. But yeah, it's pretty good. I've gotten the question a couple of times from different viewers. I don't remember if this was a comment on a YouTube video, or rather VOD, or if this was a live comment. But eventually, like I did with the castle build, we will go ahead and spruce up the place with a lot more greenery. There's a lot of empty dirt patches right now, but once we've got everything placed, we can go back and green up the place a little bit. You know, it's been 9 years, and we've taken a bunch of the Institute's technology, and they were able to figure out how to deradiate, or whatever the term is. They figured out how to make green plants again. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and work on that. But for now, we need to go ahead and actually detail each of these motel rooms The good news is that each of these motel rooms is essentially the exact same thing. The doors are placed in the same location, the windows are in the same location for each, depending on which room they are. The outer rooms have windows on their outer wall, and the inner rooms have a second window in their bathroom spaces, and that's on both sides. So once we've detailed one, you can just copy that detailing for all of them. And by copy, I mean do so manually, because there's no copy pasting these objects. All right, so let's first figure out where that bed's gonna go, because that's gonna determine everything else. These motels, I think. So if we were to work with double beds, all right, if we were to work with double beds, what kind of room would we have? Let's take this as an example here. As an example, if we were to work with double beds and place them parallel to the floorboards, parallel to the direction of the wood grain, then the closest we could get them would be about there. We couldn't put a nightstand up, but that's okay. Maybe we could find a way of putting something on top here. We could maybe put a small couch over here, and a TV or a radio or some sort of seating arrangement. That's if we were to go with a double bed. Now, a double bed would be more efficient because you could fit more people into one room, but it might not give us the most room for decoration itself. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with single beds, which is a blessing and a curse. Blessing and a curse. It's great because it means everything's easier to work with, but because we've got more room. But the curse is that we won't have as many available beds to, or rather that this place cannot accommodate as many settlers as we first expected. If this building goes up 3 floors, then we would have 24 beds instead of 48 beds, because a double bed, two people can be assigned to one. You guys know how this math works. You guys get it. It's called a double bed after all. But the single bed I think works best. And I do enjoy the look of the vault bed. I think the vault bed, though I haven't built many things with the vault bed, I do think the vault bed serves our purposes here rather well, because a lot of the storage can be handled underneath the bed, and then we can just have a small bedside cabinet instead of a full dresser, probably just right here. It also doesn't block up the doorway like the double bed would have. So let's just make sure first that we are properly aligned here. Oh, that's right. It's y minus 100. That's what I needed. Now, if I look at it from up here... Okay. And then we'll move this one by 400. Oh, come on. Okay, I hope that worked. Aha. Okay, so I did place down 4 beds instead of 3. $10, $20, $30, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 33 is the height difference we need to make up. That's fine. Of course it would be 33. Never mind. Okay, so we've got that. And we'll move this bed. $14, $15, $16, $17, $16, $15. No, we'll go 16. And leave them. All right. Okay, good. Good, all of the beds on this side are handled. We'll go ahead and worry about the beds on the other side now. All right. Good. $20, $30, $40. $45. Okay, there we go. I just needed to get the beds in all the right rooms before I continued modifying them. It's just easier this way. Alright, I'm going to try and line you up to the wall first. Line you up properly. Wonderful. And then we've got you. All right, there we go. There we go. All the beds are placed. Makes this next part a whole lot easier, really. You know, I've got to duplicate it a whole bunch of times, but it's really not the end of the world. As we discovered yesterday, we decided not to worry about placing any wood trim on the interior because the wood trim doesn't line up properly on this back wall in front of the bathrooms, so it's just really not worth our time. Really not worth our time here. Okay, now that we've got the beds are kind of the big part here. We'll go furniture. No, we're gonna go homemaker. Furniture. And containers home. And we want one of these. I would use the vault wardrobe. However, it takes up more room than I necessarily would like it to. And if we went through the regular, through the regular furniture section to get this nice clean dresser, it would show up as a scrappable object, not a movable object. It'd have the yellow border to it. Oh yes, that's right. This one I actually need to move back. That should be good. They should all be in this little tiny space over here. Yup. All right. We want Z180. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's good. And then we want to change you. We want to modify your angle just a little bit. Okay, and that works. That works well for all of those. I think those are the big ones we need to move. No, we have one more thing we need to move, don't we? We need to move some kind of seating into each of these rooms as a little bit of a lounge space. Nothing massive, just a bit. Just a bit. And how did I forget to put wallpaper on this one wall here? How did that happen? Okay, we want snappy builds all the way down here to wallpapers. Thankfully, it's just the basic walls. Shared interior, wallpaper walls. And there we go. All right, good. Good. Well, I have seen some very solid reception. Thank you guys very much. Some very nice reception to the VODs on YouTube, and some solid growth in the last week, it seems. We've gone from 100 subscribers to over 130 subscribers, and that means a lot. Genuinely, I don't know what else to say. Thank you guys. It's awesome. That's awesome. It's more than I ever expected. And maybe more than I deserve, but I don't think now is the right time to have that discussion, all things considered. Okay, so we need to put some seating in here. We need to put some seating. To save on space and to make the room not feel super cramped, I think we're going to use the office couches, which are very simple, very easy to place. We'll go back to furniture. Seats, couches, and Let's try and get you in the right position. Ooh, that's pretty close. That's pretty close to what we need. We want an office couch. All right. Yeah, that's good. I always get the base of the thing and the back of the thing kind of mixed up because this is the proper position if I want the feet the actual feet to be aligned and therefore the seat of it to be aligned, but the angle of the back can sometimes throw me off because it's an older couch, you know? It's not in prime condition. Okay. Yep, we'll go with that. We're gonna... There's 20. Okay, that's good. That's good where that is. And we've got all these. And one of them we're gonna rotate and send on over to the other side. Once we get them all figured out. In fact, it'll be this one. Okay. All right, and where did that other... Ah, there it is. There's our guy. There's our other couch. Okay. Move you over here. Y10? Okay. Yeah, Yeah, that's a little bit more like it. That's right. Okay. And gotta move you into place. Ten, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, I think. Yeah. That's good. Again, this is visually, it's bothering me as well. We're not trying to match the back cushion. We're trying to match the actual. We're trying to match the actual leg placement so that it's even. Because if we tried to match the cushion, the whole thing would be off. I've made the mistake more than once. But here we are. All right, cool. Cool. Yup, now we just go ahead and we place cabinetry and all that other kinds of stuff. These were the big ones to move. The rest should be easy. You know, I'll put a side table, all kinds of stuff. But it was the couch, the bed, and the small dresser that I was most concerned about. I'm sure I could rotate the small dresser, but I like the placement of where it is right now. I think the placement works fine. And besides, it'd be a little much, wouldn't it? All the extra console commands that we'll already have to use for other things in this build today. Yeah, probably just a little much. Okay, next we will go ahead and what should we place next? What should we place? Of all the things that we could place, what should we place next? Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and place the bedside table. Not the bedside table. I'm thinking it's just a side table, isn't it? It's just called a side table. End table. What side table, end table? Okay, whatever. Whatever. Point is, we're placing one of these guys. And then on top of there, we'll put a little lamp. We'll put some other stuff up there. We'll have a little fan on top of there. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Just gotta get it placed in order. Reset the time, enforce weather. 000 B52, 0002 B52A. There we go. That's better. Hopefully the visual tearing while we build this stuff facing this direction will stop here at some point. I don't know. I don't know. Not the greatest likelihood in the world, but it'd be nice. It would be very nice. And oh, come on. All right, there we go. That'll do. That will have to do. Then we've got well, the door's gonna swing in over here, so it's not like we can place down a table on that end. So instead, I mean, we definitely have walking room. We could place down a table. I don't want to place down a table. Just to save myself some trouble later. Not really something I want to do. If I were to go ahead and do so, what would that look like? We would go tables, maybe business. No, that's too big of a table. Maybe it's encounters. No. Definitely not recreation. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not recreation. Something in Vault? I guess not. What am I thinking? What am I missing? Furniture, surfaces. No. No, oh, what is it? What am I thinking here? I am thinking of... I think it's in furniture containers, actually. Furniture containers home. Probably not the home section. No. What am I thinking of? It's like a small desk. There's a small desk. Where was that? Where were those? They're not exactly, but they are like the desks you would find for the that you would find in settlement menu markers, or rather settlement markers. They're like the desks you'd find there for students. Yeah. There's a version, and there's something similar to that I'm looking for here. Was it Counters? Certainly not Counters Cafe. No, definitely not the wood ones. Well, I don't know what I was thinking there. Nope. Is it somewhere deep in counters and cabinets that I'm missing? Am I missing a detail here? I guess not. I guess maybe I'm just going crazy, you know? Maybe I'm thinking of something that's not actually here. It's entirely possible. I'm thinking about something that's not actually there. Well, I won't worry too much about it. We are going to put a couple different pieces of furniture, a couple different pieces in here. We're going to go... Sorry, long day. Decorations, miscellaneous electronics, TVs. We're going to place one of you. This is going to be an old one, because this, again, would have been a refurbished thing from the old world. Well, why do you put new TVs in a bunch of... First and foremost, quiet. And also, this is a motel. These are not going to have the greatest accommodations. These are good accommodations explicitly for their purposes. Explicitly for their purposes. Which is to be temporary. And I guess you could always go and get your... You could always go and try and get your TV repaired at somewhere. I don't know. Maybe the Atom Cats would be willing to try and repair it. But that's up to the landlord, not to the people who are renting a room for the night. I'll just find the right angle here. Alright, that's good enough. It's not the most difficult thing in the world, it's just a little annoying sometimes. Okay, and then up here, we'll go ahead and place radios. The radios are going to be more consistently usable than the actual, than the TVs themselves. Who knows? Maybe at some point there will be a TV station in Jamaica Plains. But for now, the radios just make more sense. They just make more sense. Until, of course, we can liberate Trinity Tower. And then we'll see what we can do. But currently, Trinity Tower is still the home of all the super mutants. And I don't mean like in my game. I've taken care of that. That's not a problem. Strong has been a very fun companion so far. But, you know, I mean, in my total lore, Trinity Tower is one of the last strongholds of super mutants. They are extremely dangerous, and that is kind of their beacon currently. That, I mean, that's their biggest one right there, Trinity Tower. So they're a little bit more of a little bit more of a problem. But the gunners are kind of the main threat right now. People are that my headcanon is all working with. The gunners are the biggest problem, and then the super mutants at Trinity Tower. And then, you know, a couple raider bands still existing. Okay, we got the radios set up. The radios are all good. Nice. We got a couple of TVs here. We can put a few more things down. Yeah, we'll go ahead and I'm gonna reorganize the radios. And to allow us to place a couple other items over here, you know, ashtray, that kind of thing. What's important is that other than the ashtrays and a couple of other items in here, these aren't meant to be the most decorated rooms, because these are meant to be rented. The people who will come in will bring their own things, but the actual rooms themselves need to be functional but sparse. The rooms shouldn't feel always lived in, because you don't know, someone will be here for maybe you know, just a single night as a stop in between caravan locations, or maybe they're going to be here for for a month trying to solve a problem or something. Maybe they're going to be here for a month as they look for other accommodations. All that is going to determine the amount of stuff that they bring with them and how cluttered each of their rooms are going to be. But for our purposes, we're just going to design it as a uniform system. So I'll put an ashtray, but I won't put, I won't put complimentary cigarettes, or I won't put a lighter. I'll put a, I'll put an alarm clock, but it won't necessarily be a wake master. I'll put a little desk fan, but I might not put little tiny personal touches, because people are coming here as a temporary space, not a continuous living environment. There will be clocks on the walls, but there won't necessarily be paintings. All that sort of stuff. Actually, there won't be clocks on the walls. The more I think about it, the less it makes sense for there to be clocks on the walls, because why would there be? This is not a permanent residence, and the alarm clock is going to be in the same room as everything else, because it's all, it's technically a 2-room space, but it's a 1-room space, so the alarm clock will do, because the alarm clock will wake the person up. All right. These are all the little things I have to think about, and a lot of them that I like to work out in person. I like to work out as we do them, because speaking them out loud really helps it helps most people, certainly myself, to work through different ideas that we've got. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll place an ashtray. Complimentary ashtray. And there we go. Okay. So for everything that's going to be on these dressers, because whatever I do to one of them, I got to make sure everything's placed the same way in all the others here. Weather changing? No? I thought I saw some rain, but never mind. Probably visual tearing, right? Wonderful. We love visual tearing. We'll start with the alarm clocks. Actually, no, we'll start with the telephones. Telephone is a great idea. That they're, people can't take them with them. But they're here and they're available. Well... how available am I going to make telephones? I think that because this is a larger town that the Minutemen are trying to rebuild, telephones it makes more sense that telephones would be more available out here than, I don't know, what's another one? What's another one that I was recently at? Then, it makes more sense that the telephones would be here than, say, Far Harbor or Nuka World, and still functional. That telephone lines would have been rebuilt as a form of communication, because that's one of the big things for the Minutemen, is that they need consistent access to communication devices for them to actually act as Minutemen. And so, of course, it would make sense for them to try and reestablish those lines of communication for everybody. What that means is I'll probably have to build an operator's office, which wouldn't be, that's not the end of the world. That's just another thing that I'll have to think about for later. I'll in fact write a note down. Okay. Cool. We got those written down. All right. We'll go ahead and place all the telephones over here. The telephone is facing away from the bed because, well, the hope is that you're not in bed on on this phone. Would make the most sense in the world. Okay, but we came in here not looking for that. I guess we can put some desk fans, why not? What we came in here to place is we came in here to go ahead and place the oh man, why am I blanking? I'm a lot of brain fog at the moment, and I know that's not my largest concern. It shouldn't be. We're here to place the alarm clocks, but I guess we'll go with the desk fans first. They are simple, and we know exactly where they're going to be placed. There will also be a ceiling fan for each of these rooms, because the rooms are large enough to have ceiling fans. But the ceiling fan's only on when the lights are on. You don't necessarily want that in the middle of the night. You don't necessarily want your lights to be on in the middle of the night, so, you know, got a little desk fan. Yeah, when the time comes, we'll have an episode or two dedicated to just getting all of the NPCs lined up and in their proper positions and all that kind of stuff. Decorated properly. Any named NPCs, we'll have to give them, we'll have to make sure that the names are properly set, everything like that. It's a whole process, setting all this stuff up. Okay, we're gonna go with general items. And yes, an alarm clock. Just one of these guys. Right at the foot of the bed. This way, when the alarm goes off, the person has to physically actually move and get the blood to start flowing if they want to go and snooze the thing. Which is a great little tool to make sure that you actually do wake up when your alarm goes off. It's a little I've probably said this before. It's a little trick I use for sure. My alarm clock, I have it set far enough away that I can't actually just like swat it with my arm. I have to physically get up and go over to it to turn it off. And by that time, you've already begun the wake up process. That is, of course, when my alarm does go off. Occasionally, the alarm will go, or the alarm will go, and I'm so tired that my ears don't actually register that sound is being made right now. And then occasionally, there will be an issue where the alarm says that it is turned on, but it's not actually making any noise, which is equally as frustrating. Alright, we're also going to make sure that they've got the current issue of public occurrences. Because whoever runs the motel has set up their payment system to allow the current issue to be delivered to each location, or to each of their rather, the current issue to be delivered to each of their rooms. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, they would... Oh, yeah, see? Screen tearing? That's what I'd like to have stop right now. But that's what happens. We're in the zone. We're building here, and we're building a lot. And we also have to render distant objects. At one point, some of the lag that we were experiencing when we were looking back this direction was because the bridge was like half rendered, and this little section was angry. But now, I'm fairly certain it's the fact that we are far enough away from the actual wall that we built out there that the game wants to render the wall and the turrets, but I'm not visually within range yet, so it has to tell me that it's there without showing me that it's there. It's going to continue to cause me problems. But that's only while we're in the build menu and while I'm streaming and recording at the same time. When I go to make the big settlement tour video and I'm just recording the thing and moving around it, some lag will exist because we'll have NPCs everywhere, but it will be significantly less. Okay, well those are all of the items we needed to place in these rooms individually. So now we can get to setting up the ceilings, and we can put the lights in for the first floor. Yes. Okay. Actually, real quick, did I put the current issue of public occurrences? I did not. Ooh. How could I? How could I forget? Go ahead and place you down there. Nice. All right. Yes, now we'll go ahead and work on placing all of the floor and ceiling pieces. So snappy builds, we want to go over to shell kit, floors, wood, clean. We want them to be the same, we want the wood grain to be the same direction as we've got going on here. Okay, so the first time around we had the wood grain facing in the y-axis, and this time we will have it on the x-axis. Wonderful. Well, I guess we'll just either keep it on the x-axis or flip it every floor from here on out. Just making sure all the pieces line up. Good. Good. We'll do the same over here. All right, good. No seams. No seams. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now we'll just go ahead and line up the lights, which should be very easy. We've got plenty of room here to show us exactly where the lights need to go. And then we'll do a second round all the way through with the actual ceiling fan that will cover up the light that we're going with. You guys know how this works. You guys have seen it 1,000,000,001 times. Lights, ceiling, and then make sure that it does its best to match up with the cursor. All right. And in here. Last one. And then we can go and place all of our ceiling fans. Awesome. Okay, so the procedure for the ceiling fans, which we've done 1,000,000 times before, is a lot simpler. At least by that I mean fewer console commands than the procedure for the just the ceiling lights that cover up the other ones. Mod pause Z20 after we've clicked on it, and then we place, and then Z0, so that the light isn't shaking and hopefully causes us fewer visual issues. Nice and plenty room to work on this. There we go. And 2 more before we can begin building the second floor space. Awesome. Yeah, so the layout of the second floor, literally the exact same thing. Down to a T, it's going to all be the same thing, which means the bathrooms are going to be kind of boring and annoying to work with, but at least it's uniform. At least it's uniform. Okay. There we go. Ensure that it stays a nice sunny day. And, yeah, we'll place the doors in. We don't have anything else to do in these rooms, so we'll go ahead and place those doors. We want structures, doors, wood, and our classics. Here it is, the auto close bare wood door. Oh, come on. Yeah, carrying objects and looking that direction, not a smart move. Not the smartest move in the world. Okay. So, might as well work on dividing up the second floor first. The first place we're going to build after we go ahead and get all of the walls taken care of is we're going to work on the landlord's apartment first, just to get that taken care of. Then we'll work on the bathrooms for all of the rooms, and then so on and so forth. Same process as yesterday. We're just going to make sure that everything divides up properly this time. Okay, but before we do any of that, we have to place the actual walls. So how about we work with the internal wall structures first? See how well that goes. If it doesn't go, then, well, we won't worry too much about it. Okay, shell kit, internal, or interior rather, clean walls. How does that look? Okay, good, that is placed properly. Oh, come on. Okay, good. Yeah, I might as well do it on this side as well. Make it very clear. Okay, good. Now we'll go ahead and place in the half-wall doors. Great. Great. Those really are the most annoying of the sets to place. So now we can kind of just place all the other stuff normally. Don't have to worry too much about it at this point. So let's go ahead and first place down the classic wall pieces. We're using theme 3, and we're using these guys for our doors. There we go. Is that the right, Okay, it is. Just, whew, good. Had to make sure. Had to make sure it was all lining up properly there. Good, and we've got the single window pieces. Gotta place 4 of you, and we know exactly where we're placing them. Oh no. More visual tearing, exactly what I need. Yeah, once this build is done, we'll hopefully not be in visual tear zone for too much longer. Now it's all just a bunch of shared wall parts all the way down. Just a ton of them. Shared wall, theme 3. Gonna start with you. And we'll work with those half walls now. Then when we go and work on the interior, or the interior walls, we'll do our best to place the half walls first. Sometimes they don't want to snap properly, in which case, I guess screw it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But the goal is to get those ones working first. We had the same problem yesterday, if I remember properly. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, okay, let's, you know what? No, one more thing, because it's already here. We'll just place the corners. We'll place the corners now. Guess there's one location that I did forget to place some wall pieces or some balcony railing. Okay. Okay, well, you know, it's good to know now. Good to know now. I'll work on that in a bit. Hey, those ones wanted to place properly. That's nice. It's very nice. Okay. Oh boy, these ones though. Oh, come on. There we go. Ah! There we go. Jeez. Not that hard, man. Okay. Now we just need to place the full wall interior pieces. I mean, it's not that difficult. Seriously, shouldn't have caused us this much trouble in the first place. Okay, good. Oof. Now we'll work on this guy over here. And while we do, ledges, I want the nice half-length ledge. Okay. Okay. I mean, no, I couldn't. If I went to try and place the door here, that would just cause so many other problems. Might as well just place the door on the proper location the first time. Shell kit, theme 3, and we want you. We want to go like that. Okay. And let's see. So if this is the landlord's apartment and the entire apartment is just this tiny section up here plus the corners, of course. How are we going to break this down? Always a new challenge with these things. Trying to break it all down into little pieces. Now why I went with this is because I think the way I'm going to do this is... Come on, where is it? We want interior. Go ahead and place one there. And there. That way, there's 2 entrances in. Actually, no, what I meant to do... Yeah, okay, okay. Okay, yeah. I think this is doable. This is gonna be interesting, but it's doable. Go with you. Then you. There's 2 entrances into the bathroom space now, which I probably could have achieved without this extra. However, because I have this extra, I can do a little bit better about spacing out all the stuff everywhere. We'll place the door over here, which is gonna be a little bit of a concern for later, because the question, of course, is where's the door gonna swing? I could have it swing outwards into the and towards the window. But there we go. We've got the bedroom, the bathroom. This will be a little closet space. Probably put the washer and dryer in there, and then a little front room that I'll have to be careful with. I can put a kitchenette in here. I can put a little bit of a seating space, but nothing too much, you know? Nothing crazy up here. In fact, I won't even worry about placing the washer and dryer over here, because there's the stuff literally right below this right below, right in there. Okay. Now this'll help me as an extra little space here. Yes, what I will do, I'll go ahead and switch these two. Place you there. Place you there. There's the exterior and the interior entry into the bathroom. To be fair, just having the exterior entry is probably a smarter move. Yeah, because then I can put the door back in the proper location. Okay. This is why we stream for 3 hours at a time. We've got the time to think about this, and it's not a one-day build. Not just a one-day build. Okay. I'm going with placing that, and we'll go with that. Boy, come on. Okay, seriously? You gonna let me place? No, that's fine. I can just use a full wall now here anyway. That's better. That's much better. Okay. Enter into there. We can put the shower at the back. We can have the toilet and the sink and everything. 3 wide instead of 2. I guess 3 long instead of 2. Whatever. Point is, that works. That works well. This gives us a little bit of extra space to work with when designing what the kitchenette is going to look like. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Good. And then we'll put just a regular roof on top of that and have these go up 1 or 2 more floors when we're done with each floor. Each and every floor. Okay. Again, sorry about the lag here. We have dropped 0 frames. I'm looking at my metrics. We have not dropped a single frame. The problem is just the visual tearing. It's not the most efficiently assembled game. That shouldn't be a surprise. It's a Bethesda product, and they often have problems with that. But it works well for what we've got, that's for sure. Okay. Okay, let's, we're gonna work on the bathroom first, of course. We always work on the bathroom first. So wallpapers, we need one shell kit wallpaper in here for the single window. And the wallpaper for the bathrooms is very standard. We do the same thing all the time. It's a good visual cue to let you know what space you're in. Of course, all the other things help too. Having a toilet, kind of a necessity for a bathroom. Kind of a big deal. Probably a good indicator as to what room you're in. But the rest of these are all just the shared wallpaper pieces. Come on. Get a move on. If Bethesda were to include settlements in Fallout 5, if they were to do that, it'd be nice if there was more of an actual inventory menu for how you use the settlement menu system instead of just, back and forth with your keys or using your D-pad on the console, all that kind of stuff. It'd be nice. It would be very nice. It would certainly help with the sorting process as well. Maybe make it a little faster. But it is a clean look, that's for sure. It is a clean look. And I guess I'm not the ultimate authority on this, but yeah, when I move my mouse back and forth more and more, you can see the visual tearing happening. Just gotta be careful about that. It's bothersome, but there's not too much else to do. Alright, we're gonna put in the floor coverings now. Precisely where we're putting the floor coverings. There we go. Nice. Okay. Okay, nice. Now, we won't be putting any wallpaper trim in here, but we do want to put some wallpapers. We do want to put some nice wallpapers in here. Let's see. Might as well work on the window first. Might as well work on the window first. Now for the living room. I think we go with this yellowish blue here. I know we've done a lot of the yellowish blue and the green, but it's a nice multi-purpose piece. We do the same for the bedroom. I don't know. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Maybe, maybe not. But at the very least, we don't. We do this for the living room. The living room and kitchenette. Okay. Yes. Now the rest of them will all be in the shared interior, for the living room at least. And it will mostly be half-wall pieces, so might as well. In fact, it's entirely half-wall pieces and half-wall doors. Okay, the half doors, and then we figure out what the bedroom's gonna be. I mean, the simple answer for the bedroom is that we just move over one step and go with the green, right? That's the simple answer. If we want to create a meaningful but not massive difference in between the two spaces, that's probably the cleanest way to do it, is to go from this to this with the green. So let's do that. Let's do that. At the end of the day, it's pretty much exactly what we're looking for. Weather change. Okay, we've got a rad storm on the rise. There we go. Oh, that freaking visual tearing, man. It's gonna drive me insane. So, once again, we will likely only place a single bed in here, but with the door on the proper side now, it won't be as difficult to do so. We can place the bed on this end. We can have actually a full dresser right there instead of a half the small dresser. It'll be a small space, but it's usable. It's workable. We can do something with it. We actually can, we can accommodate the kitchen and the small living room space with the kitchenette. This is going to be the challenge for us. This is going to be the real challenge. Okay, how is this going to look? How are we looking to work with this? I think really the first thing we have to do is figure out where all of the little pieces are going to go, what that's going to look like when we have to place them somewhere. So if we go into Homemaker, Furniture, Surfaces, Counters, and Cabinets, we check out the things that we've got over here. We can't use we can't use the prefab pieces. That's fine. But if we were to use, say, maybe the bare metal one, if we were to work with this, how would that look in this space? How much space do we have? Not a whole ton, but it might be enough if we know what we're doing, at least. No, we don't, do we? Well, not at the face of it, we don't. At the face of it, we don't. However, we certainly can use our commands, our console commands, to phase objects into place, which we're going to end up doing. Of course we are. I mean, that's just how all this stuff works. We always end up phasing objects into place, don't we? Okay, we want one of these. And now we're going to try and maneuver you into place, which will be interesting. But I think we just might make it. Ooh, just barely. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Okay, well, I'm not going to complain. By no means will I complain about this. Just barely works, and it actually looks like it functions. Oh man, that is tight. It is very, very tight. Okay. And then over here, we need two things. We need the little tiny... yep, there we go. We need the spacer. And then we need to put on top of the spacer a stove top. Yeah, we're gonna go back here. We want furniture, appliances, I believe. And then this guy. If I'm not mistaken, this is what lets me... This is the one that I can place objects on. Yeah, that door is not going to like swinging in that way, but you know what? We kind of need it for the space. I'm not gonna be too picky. Not gonna be too picky about this. We need it for the space, and so for the space, we will have it. Okay, we'll put a small table over there and a seat on it. We'll have to figure out what the entertainment's going to be in here. Probably not much, you know. Probably nothing crazy. You're right. I probably could use get position. I'm just used to modifying the position. That's a very good point. I probably could use that. Al the goat, right? Al the goat. It's not AI the goat, or rather, AI the T. Why did I say goat? What am I thinking? I am out of it today. AI. It shouldn't be AI the T god. It is Al the T god, right? I did see the notification from of the fact that you followed the Kick channel. So thank you very much. It means a lot. The point is, I probably could get set position, or rather get position. But you know, I'm used to using modify position so often. It's not the biggest problem for me. Okay, well now that I can speak again, we're gonna go ahead and place a small table over here. We way down here at the end of mods, we've got a really cool little wooden table set. I think there's two of them. Yeah, there's two of them here. We're gonna use this one with the single central leg. Okay. Yeah, rotate it. Why not? There we are. Oh, thanks, man. Well, I'm glad you enjoy the VODs. It's nice to see you over here. Very nice to see you over here. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you very much for watching. I am very thankful for the progress that channel has made in such a short amount of time. In the last week alone, we've gained 30 subscribers, which is 30% of the total subscribers of the channel up to that point. So that's wild. Thank you guys. It means the world. It means the world. Okay, we're gonna place a couple seats in here. Chairs. Now we want mods. We're gonna go all the way to the end here. Come on, keep moving. Keep moving. Go with you, and do I want to put another? Yeah, I'll put another. I'll put another, why not? I'll have this one at an angle, though, you know? Make it seem a little bit more likely that someone would actually be able to sit in this in the game than that one. Okay. Okay, well, that's all of those objects placed. At least now I know I can go ahead and work with what we've got here. Okay. You know, I did say we were going to work with the bathroom first, didn't I? We always work with the bathroom first. I don't know why I didn't do that this time. However, we're already working on the living room and kitchenette space, so might as well start decorating the living room and kitchenette space as well. Okay, OC Decorator. That's what we need to go. There we go. OC Decorator. Want to use kitchen and dining, kitchenware, and supplies. Okay, we got to be standardized, but nothing too crazy. This is a kitchenette, not a full kitchen, so we'll definitely put a frying pan, but we won't necessarily have every single piece of cookware. We got you. Go for one of these guys, place you there. Might as well go for a large saucepan as well instead of one of the cooking pots. A large saucepan right there. And then no, we won't worry about a tea kettle. But we will go ahead and place the dish rag and soap, which is from Personal Cleaning and Toiletries. And then, yeah, we'll have a coffee tin back here, and a little coffee pot. An oven mitt we'll place right there. Oh, come on. Let's go ahead and place our little toaster. There we go. Coffee pot in the back there. We'll need a bread box. We'll put the bread box on top of the fridge as we like to do. It's our standard. Okay, what else do... this seems a little too sparse. I know it's... we've just explained what the process for this one is, but it seems a little too sparse. What else could I put here? Ooh, yes. Put a rolling pin back there. The salt and pepper and cooking oil. Not like those things are super expensive. Might as well. Instead, we won't worry about any vegetable starch. We'll just go with that. Okay, yeah, that does sort of fill this space out a little bit more. We'll put a cutting board. Again, cutting boards, it doesn't make sense that these would be super expensive items, so yeah, there we go. That's good. That's good. I won't worry about a cabinet on top because I want this window to be mostly usable. And where will I put... I'll put the radio on here because we do need a radio. They gotta have a radio. They gotta have some kind of entertainment while they're up here. Put the radio. That would actually be in decorations, miscellaneous electronics, and radios. Place you there. I'll put one place setting out. Yeah, one place setting will do. Kitchen and dining dinnerware. Okay. You guys remember this system? We got the basic plate. We'll put it down. We'll put the cup somewhere to the side. This time we'll go ahead and just place it off over there. It's not the most important. This isn't a standard dining table setup. But for the place settings, we will be consistent with them. As always. So we got the napkin. We go fork. Then we go knife. And spoon. There's a million and one ways to remember these things, and one day I will talk about how I was taught this. Because I think it's a good story. It's a cute little story, but it's not important right now. I'll put the cup over there actually, and instead we'll place an ashtray right about there. And because this is a private residence instead of the motel spaces themselves, which are publicly rented spaces, there we go. We'll place some smokes here, and yeah. I always like to do the combo. If I can, I like to do the combo of one of them standing, one of them laying down, and mostly it's the actual it's the pack that's laying down, and it's the carton that's standing up. But either way works well. We need a lighter, and then that will be good for this space. That will be all good for this space. Wonderful. What is our time looking like? Oh, we are just over halfway through. Nice. Nice. Well, we'll definitely get the we will definitely get the landlord's apartment taken care of, and then hopefully we'll have enough time to get all the bathrooms taken care of and set up the roof line and stairs for the third floor as well. Let's hope that's the case. That's the plan anyway. That's the plan. It's nice when it's all standardized, but before I go ahead and decorate any of those other spaces, I do want to not forget this. We're going to go into shell kit, balconies, and all we need is just one of these balcony pieces here. Now, what could possibly be causing that issue? There we go. Okay. That's all I needed. That way no one falls off the side up here. Good. Good. They cannot accidentally fall over. They have to jump or be pushed over. Which is what we want. No. That's good. That's good. Okay. Well, I like the way it's looking so far. We're not even close to being done, and I'm really enjoying the layout here. Really enjoying the layout. On the third floor, instead of putting just a roof section on top, maybe I'll put like a little patio over top of the apartment. Yeah, maybe I'll do a little bit of a patio space up there. That could be cool. Could be cool. It's not the main goal for today, so we'll worry about that later, but that could look nice. It could definitely look nice. All right, well, we've got the main room taken care of. Now, as I said I would do first, but here we are. We're going to work on the bathroom space. We're going to go furniture, fixtures. We need that Institute shower. Yeah, the classic, the Institute shower. We love them. We love them over here. Okay. Now we've got a little bit more room. We can place the toilet on one side, the sink on the other, so it's not all feeling super cramped in. We'll place the toilet on this wall. Gives whoever's in here a little bit more privacy. You know, the person actually has to come around the corner for them to interact with the toilet. Yes, the rest of these things will be handled in the decorations, miscellaneous bathroom section. Awesome. There we go. This is a private residence, so I don't feel bad about placing a newspaper thing here. People can sit and waste their time on the toilet if they feel like it in their own home, but not at work. Not at work. There we go. That's nice and located. Now on this wall, as the doors open, we'll place the sink there, we'll place the towel and the soap on that end, or maybe the towel on that end. Point is, that's all good there. We do have one more towel we need to place. I find it interesting that the game wants to load what's behind this wall without us even actually looking past this wall. It's not like we can look through walls unless we're clipped. So it shouldn't be a massive issue, but here we are. Here we go. Okay. That's a bit better. We can place those like that. A couple towels there. And then just to make things easy, we won't worry about that wall for the rest of our time up here. Cool. Okay. Yay, that's good. That's good. That's plenty of room. It's cramped, but if I'm thinking about this in... I know, graphical glitches are all part of the fun for Bethesda. I can't tell you how many times I have gone ahead and verified my files for this game. There will always be missing textures. Always. Usually interiors. I know one of the big problems with the Mechanist's lair and the, is it Scrap Everything? I think it's Scrap Everything. One of the big problems with those two things is that one of the major interior textures for the space above Mechanist's lair always goes missing. It always goes missing. So I have to verify the files every time I go ahead and play Mechanist's lair. Ugh, it's so annoying. So annoying, but it's a Bethesda game. That's what you sign up for. It's part of what you sign up for at the very least. Okay, yep, that space is all good. It's all good. I'm sure I could shift that stuff over a little bit so the door doesn't possibly run into it. But I also like the idea that when you open the door, the first thing you see is this instead of the first thing you see being the toilet. I do like that a little bit more. That is nicer. And to human scale, I mean, I have had bathrooms that are this cramped. This is nothing. This is no problem whatsoever. I've had plenty of bathrooms that are this cramped, if not worse. I mean, the bathroom I have right now, a lot of it is currently unfinished, and the landlords plan on finishing it after I move out. So, you know, it could be worse. And certainly in the post-apocalypse, this is very nice. Very, very nice space here. Okay, we've just got the bedroom to work with, and the bedroom shouldn't be too difficult. Shouldn't be too difficult at all. We have a bed. We're going to go single. We've already got plenty of vault beds, so why not continue the trend with another vault bed? What is the harm? Just want to make sure I can get the angle properly. Honestly, I think the beds are probably the nicest thing about this motel. They're uniform, they're clean, they've got a good frame to them. You know, they're not these horrendous. They're not these horrendous, bloody, torn-up mattresses that have tons of rad roaches that have lived in and around them. You know, nice clean spaces. And with all the trading we do with Vault 81, we better have a nice clean space. Yeah, you just got to deal with it sometimes, you know? It's not the end of the world. It can be a bit of an annoyance having to live in a flat like that. And realistically, you get used to it very quickly. I don't know, maybe that's a guy thing. Maybe it's a guy thing. I mean, we've probably all seen the memes about men's living arrangements. Probably mostly a guy thing. I don't know. You could be anybody, but your name is Al the Tea God, not Goddess. So my assumption is you're probably a guy. No, I wanted... Why? There we go. Okay. Nah, I wanted to put a full dresser, didn't I? That was the thing I wanted to do. I wanted to place a full dresser. Because we've got the room for it. And it does help to fill out the space more efficiently. This is what my 1 year of an architectural design program did. This is what that was like. Although we had to do everything pen and pencil, even though even though all architectural processes are done on the computer now. Okay, now it's raining. Good. Good. Visual tearing. It's only gotten this bad in the last 2 streams. It's only gotten this bad recently. Ooh, the wires caught fire? Damn. That sucks. That sucks, man. I've had so I'm currently in a basement apartment, and I'm in an area of the country here in the United States that does experience more than 2 seasons a year. So yeah, I've had some water coming up from the bottom. Like it's not that it's flooding, it's that the groundwater is rising because we've had so much rainfall. In a previous place I lived, the landlords were horrendous, and there was all kinds of crap that went down. And we did get a couple burst pipes and some flooding there, and it didn't respond for 2 days. So I got the joy of dealing with that. But everyone goes through it at some point. Everyone has, 1 or 2 crappy accommodations before they find something that really fits them. Speaking of things that really fit them, we've got some more decoration to do here. I need to not just be yapping away here. Okay, we want office. We want a desk fan, a nice one. Yeah, we'll go like that. In here, we're not going to have room for a ceiling fan. This space is a little too cramped for a ceiling fan and everything else I got to place in here. So it's important that we've got the desk fan. We need, from personal effects, an alarm clock, even though a regular clock will also be in this room and the next. It's a good idea to have an alarm clock in here. How about we put that on the far end? Yeah. And then we'll also place a telephone in here in case they need to be reached after hours. And then we'll say this person used to be a member of the Minutemen. They retired, and their retirement bonus, they went ahead and they set up this motel. We'll give them the undamaged American flag and just pretend that it is it's a Minutemen flag, because the United States isn't a thing right now. Although I have decided that, at least temporarily, the flag of the new Commonwealth Provisional Government isn't the Minutemen flag, that it is the U.S. flag. Just because I don't like the default Minutemen flag. It's not great. It's not great, and I want to design one of my own. I just need to wait for all of the modding resources to be updated so that I can, or to find copies of the modding resources that aren't part of the next gen update before I can go ahead and do that. Okay, so we've got some clocks to place. Nope, we want not decorations. We want furniture SOE pack. Clock. We'll place you there. Oh, geez, that was a horrendous visual tear. And then we'll place you Might as well place you on the opposite side of the wall. Then we can have a painting over here. The painting will be a dog. Yeah, we'll go with the dog painting. Yeah, cute dog painting. Great. All right, let's go ahead and actually see it from around the space. If we can save ourselves a little bit of visual tearing, that would be nice. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I'm happy with that. That comes across pretty well. Now, is there anything I want, any other wall decorations I want to place up here? Maybe a different painting? Maybe we go with, traditional. We'd have to go for one of these on the wall, right? Or maybe one of those. Oh, yeah, that works. That works. Which painting is that? I like that one, actually. Yeah. I'll go with you. Why not? Why not? Cool. All right. All right, I think all that's left to do with the space here is to go ahead and probably put the ceiling on and the yeah, we just put the ceiling on and the lights in. But before I do that, I think what I want to do. How much time we got? We've got just under an hour. As I'm going to use it as a personal mod, aren't I allowed to modify a mod that replaces the flag? I mean, maybe I would be able to. I don't know. I imagine it depends on what the individual flag mod is, right? I imagine there's some rules about that. But if I were to go ahead and if I were to go and make my own mod, I would probably want to make it available to anyone else who'd be interested in using it. Because if I'm going to make something, I want it to be good looking, and I want it to be, I want it to be a quality product, and I wouldn't want to keep that quality product to myself, So I would probably put it out there somewhere. I might have to utilize the file structure of someone else's mod to understand the way that the modding process works, but I would never just yoink someone's mod and call it my own, I wouldn't do that. That's terrible. That's a horrible idea. Okay, how about, yeah, let's go and place the bathroom stuff first, because that's all gonna have to be taken care of. It's gonna be a boring uniform process anyway, so we might as well do that first, and then we'll come back once all the bathrooms are taken care of in all the motel rooms. We'll deal with the patio space. There we go. We'll deal with the patio space after that. Man, if I was just a little bit more on point with this stuff. I have been before. I think I did pretty well with the tutorial episodes at the very least. I tried to stay on the ball as best as possible, but that was also me in the teaching zone, which seems to be something I'm rather okay at, according to people whose opinions I trust. All right, we're going to start with these window pieces. There's only 2 of them that need to be handled for the bathroom. And then we'll worry about the door pieces, because there's 4 of them. And hopefully they're not the most difficult thing in the world to work with. The floors should be the easiest part, really. The floors should cause us no trouble at all. At least there's not a good reason for it to cause us any trouble. Ah, there we go. Now the half walls, which again, better not cause many problems because there's no good reason for them to cause many problems. But this is Bethesda. Things that shouldn't cause problems happen all the time. Alright, and then we've just got the full wall pieces. And there's only 2 of those for the bathroom space. So good job, us. Or somehow. I'm surprised that that didn't take as much time. Now, of course, we do have to do the other side, which is annoying, but all the wall pieces are in. We've got them all selected anyway, so it's not the end of the world. And get those doors taken care of. Actually no. We'll take these. There's only 2 of them. Yup. Okay. And come on. There we go. Great. Great. Now just all the floor pieces for all 8 rooms, and then we'll get started on the actual decorations. And there we go. I want you to be moved, don't I? Alright, I got you clicked, and I want you x minus 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, you're not doing anything? Oh! And you had Z, of course. Of course, I meant X. Why did I press Z? Why would I ever have pressed Z? There we go. Jeez. Okay. Okay. So now we, after we place the floors on the other side here, all we have to do, and I say this slightly sarcastically, all we have to do is decorate all 8 of these bathrooms the exact same way, which is going to be fun. Now, if I were worried about things like noise complaints or something, I probably wouldn't build a patio on top of this, on top of the landlord's flat. However, I'm not worried about noise complaints because this is a video game. There are certain liberties I'm willing to take with video games that give me a build function, and noise complaints is one of them. Also, who's submitting a noise complaint in the post-apocalypse? Like, give me an answer to that question real quick, and then I'll come to a conclusion on it. Other than Marcy Long, who's submitting a noise complaint in the post-apocalypse? For furniture, we want fixtures because, of course, first thing we're placing down has to be way down the other direction. Has to be one of these guys, the shower. Okay. Great. Now let's go ahead and place all of these on the other side. We're working each object at the same time. Okay, that was a lot easier to place these ones this time. Ooh, you are phasing out the side there. That's why we were having no trouble. Okay, cool. Okay, so we've got the toilets, the sinks, and the mirrors, and everything else to place. The toilets are going to be kinda slightly annoying. Just a little bit, you know? But all the rest of those things we'll take care of over here. Decorations, miscellaneous bathroom. Oh, come on, don't be like that. What is your problem? And the last guy over here. Okay. Move you up by a bit. And X minus 10, 20. Okay, good. I know, I was considering that. I was, No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm reading your messages now that I've placed all these down. I considered that yesterday. I considered placing the sinks on the outside yesterday. I was talking about that in a lot of yesterday's stream was, hey, maybe it would work better outside, but given the limited space we have here, if I were to place the sink, say, on this end, it would just be a bit cramped of a space. And I do have to think about the pathing for NPCs. If I want these beds to be viable for NPCs to use, I can only put so many objects in their way for them to actually get in and out of spaces efficiently. So, I don't know. It's possible to put everything on the interior section. I have done it before, and here's what it looks like. And the towel's over there. It's just a bit cramped, you know? It's a bit cramped. I just got to be careful with how I place everything. It looks like this time I've given myself a little bit more space. Just the slightest bit more space. But it does work. Maybe sinks and mirrors could be outside the bathroom. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. And do NPCs use the bathroom? No, but I like my immersion. I do like my immersion. You know, I want to, at the very least, make it look like a space that could absolutely fit within the base game itself. It might not be the highest bar, because I know this is a Bethesda game. It might not be the highest bar to say, I want to make it look like something that could exist in the real game. But you know what I mean. I want it to have a certain want quality to it. I want there. Ooh, I went over this in the tutorial. The second part, I answered a couple questions like, hey, how do I decide what goes where, how everything's going to look? I want it to all have a certain verisimilitude. It's a very big word. Very big word. Just say it into your phone. Verisimilitude. The general definition is everything in a piece of fiction fits. It all looks, seems, and feels and acts as if it's supposed to be there. And when you're talking about a story, all the characters treat the events of the story seriously. They don't take jokes out of it. That would be satire. And even in a good satire, everything that happens in that satire, however crazy, is treated by the people in the story as if it is real. So when you're talking verisimilitude and you're building something, you want everything to fit. You want it to absolutely seem like it's supposed to be in the space and inside of an apartment or a hotel or a motel or really most publicly accessible buildings. Verisimilitude means bathrooms do exist even if people don't use them. No one in Fallout actually needs to use the bathroom, but they should be placed there so that it looks like people use bathrooms. Because this is a story about actual, like, this is supposed to be a representation of people, and people use bathrooms. Last I checked. I could be wrong. Maybe no one's using bathrooms anymore. Maybe that's the new thing. People stopped using bathrooms. Maybe they're just maybe everyone's living like it's San Francisco and we're just taking dumps on the street now. But last I heard, people still use bathrooms. So that's why I go ahead and put the little detail there. Okay. Place all the sinks. I didn't place the toilets on the opposite section, did I? Okay, well, we'll have to come back to those. There's no toilets over here, is there? Oh. The visual glitch is so bad I can't actually use my jetpack. That's a problem. Yeah, I'll have to place the toilets later. I'm already on the sinks now. Already on the sinks. At least it's in the wall, not floating. But this one, however, okay, and just to finish up this zone, why not? We'll place the mirrors, the soaps, the toilet papers, and the towels, both hand and body. Yeah, I mean, you are right. There is no particularly great reason that even with my verisimilitude, it's not like of deathly importance that the NPCs use the restrooms. But it's my story and I'm sticking to it. That's what it is. But yeah, no, you're totally right. It is insane that I think this is an important detail. It's not the most sane thing a man could do, but I find it fun, and that's kind of all the justification there needs to be, you know? All right. True, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's not insane. Thank you for saying that, but I could still very much be crazy. And who knows, maybe you're not actually real. Maybe this is my schizophrenia and you're a figment of my imagination. It's entirely possible. Maybe I need my sanity pills. I know, it feels real. It feels real, however. However. I do wish that someone would invent a knife that stops telling me to, stops whispering in my ear what to do with it. That'd be nice. That'd be very nice. That would be $1 million idea right there. Someone making a knife that doesn't whisper instructions to you. That'd be pretty good. I'd certainly buy one. 'Cause honestly, it's just kind of getting boring. Oh, there's the weather cue. There we go. There we go. Yeah, oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The medication is already in my system. I'll see you next time I forget to take my meds. Okay. But yeah, that's what one of the bathrooms here looks like. It's a tiny, cramped bathroom, but this is a motel after all. It's a motel. I'm not expecting a soaking tub. And even if it were a soaking tub in a motel, I would be afraid as to what else has been soaking in that tub. Okay. Yeah. We just copy this design over on this side. I don't even really have to look at it. It's kind of now burned into my mind with the number of times we've had to place these items down. It could be worse. Could be worse. There we go. We want to do our best to line the toilets up to that center line on the center line seam on the wallpaper. We want to do our best to line these guys up. Okay. Okay, good. I think what we'll do is line the sinks up like this. Ooh, is there one more? Did I miss one? Did miss one. Okay. That's fine. We'll line the sinks up first, and then I'll handle that. Won't be too bad. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Now I can come in here and change their positioning all I need to. Okay. Yeah, we'll start over here. I don't want to miss one of them on one side or not. Okay, that looked to be about 40 in terms of the height change I went with there. So we'll drop this one by 35. Drop you by 40. And you by 40. Great. Wonderful. You love uniform designs. And well-designed uniforms, honestly. Big fan of a well-tailored uniform. We'll do the same with these guys. Ooh, that was too far. Okay, so 45 was the change, not 50. And not 40. Okay. I guess that makes sense. It's a taller structure, and therefore the center is going to be at a different position. What we're doing is we're modifying the center position. Like the direct center of the object is what's being modified up and down, not the bottom of the object, not the top. It's the direct center. Even if it snaps from the bottom or from the side or whatever it is, that's just how it works. Okay. Ears are a little bit itchy. That's what happens when you wear your headphones for such a long time. Not just been 2.5 hours I've been wearing these things. I've been wearing these things like 6 hours now, something like that. Watched a lot of episodes of one of my favorite shows with a friend of mine just before this, so I've been sitting here for a bit. Cannot wait to get up and stretch when we are done with the stream. No dropped frames, not today. Must have exceptionally good internet today. Usually there's some amount of dropped frames. Although maybe that just means the weather's finally not being stupid. That would be nice. That would be very, very nice. 'Cause that seems to have been the problem recently. The part of the country I'm in, out here in the Midwest, we receive all types of weather. Or at least all seasons, and sometimes those seasons arrive late. So our spring showers have finally arrived in the middle of June. Finally. But then, you know, I run into issues like this, where sometimes my streams will have a lot of dropped frames, even if they shouldn't. Because I pay for good enough internet. That shouldn't be a problem. There's no good reason that issue should exist. Alright, we're going to place the toilet paper dispensers, then we'll come back around with the actual towels. The actual body towels. Great. Ugh, okay. Okay, bathrooms are handled, which means I can go and place the, can finally go and place the doors in the bathrooms, get them shut off. Doors, wood. Just placing a ton of these guys. We are 20 minutes till the end, approximately 20 minutes till the end, but, you know, 20 minutes until I probably should wrap up for the day. I try and keep a consistent 3 hours until I can afford to do more. Unless unless there's like, you know, long stream, short stream, if I'm trying to make up for something or I've got other responsibilities, but until I can, you know, afford to do this on a more permanent basis, 3 hours is the most I can really commit. Ooh, no, I didn't want to put the doors down first. I want to put the lights in. You might be thinking, but there's plenty of light in here, and it may look like that, but when nighttime comes, no, to be fair, it's probably still going to be plenty of light. I just, I like to make sure that each room has all the resources it needs. Could I probably save myself a couple of frames otherwise? Yes. Will I? No. At the end of the day, it's not my biggest concern, saving myself a couple frames here or there. Okay. So we're going to put the next set of floors in, and like I did with this one, we're actually going to go perpendicular to our floor pattern here. We're going to go back to the wood grain traveling the y-axis instead of the x-axis. I say that instead of north, south, east, or west because it's just more accurate, really. It's more accurate for what we're building, even though out there's east. So yeah, I guess north, south would be the direction we're moving here. All right, floors, clean. Yes, the north-south bits. Wonderful. Now I can come out over here and walk on top of them. That's great news for us. Okay. We'll do the same over here. And now we'll put in the lights. Now we'll put in these lights. We got two types of lights to put in. We'll place all the bulbs first. Great. Okay, now we just place the ceiling lights on top. Oof. You can tell we're getting towards the end of the stream when I'm running out of things to say. We want to go... Actually, this is a 4-step process. Disable. Place. Enable. Mod pause. Z27 and 0. We don't even have to see it all arrive back into place. We know it will, because we use the disable and enable commands. Now, same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place. 1, 2, 3, 4. And over and over and over again. All right. How bright these... It's like the frickin' sun in here. Jeez. Way brighter than I need it to be. So I've been contemplating whether or not to turn Croup Manor into a streamed series or just to do it on my own. When I go ahead and build out Croup Manor. Because that's ultimately my player home there. It's going to be Croup Manor. I just don't know which way I want to take care of it. The only one I haven't actually gone ahead and shown on stream before, the place I've built is home base. That's the only one I haven't, or home plate rather. That's the only one I haven't done because that was done like a year ago when I first jumped back into this game and got interested. And that's been about it. But home plate, it's such a small location. I don't think it would be worth turning home plate into a streamed series. But Croup Manor, I want to turn it into an actual, like a proper manor house, not just whatever tiny little manor, you know, coastal house it is. I want to actually turn it into a proper big ass mansion thing, and I'm currently racking my brain as to what the design of that is all going to look like, because I've also turned the basement into a usable settlement build location, and my character, if you haven't seen, I've got a big thing for Batman, so I want to turn Croup Manor into my own little Wayne Manor for all my Batman references. Okay. Now we put the doors back on, right? Yes. Now we put the doors back on, and we'll put up some wallpapers and then move on. I'll worry about decorating the interior for Monday. Yeah, as we are running low on time. We've got about 13 minutes left, and with the last 13 minutes, we should have just enough time to decide on wallpapers, put up wallpapers, and then, of course, work on the third floor terrace section. So doors, that's our first thing we gotta figure out. Cool. Okay, so for the wallpapers for the second floor, it's a motel. I want to use some standard motel looking wallpapers. Like this is classic motel right here. This is classic motel here. This yellow wallpaper. Ugh. It's perfect. It's exactly what we need in the motel space. But what are we going to do for the second floor? I want it to look similar, but I don't want it to be an exact copy. The only thing that should be, you know, standard, so on and so forth, would be the bathroom spaces, because it just makes the most sense, really, to me. So for the second floor, and I already spoke about this yesterday, I said we'll change the wallpapers for each floor. We'll change instead of each individual motel room. So what is that going to look like? It could be a subtle change. It could be a massive change, because right now we're working with this. It could be as subtle of a change as that. The green and red instead of the blue and red on top of the yellow. Or it could be something a bit more substantial. You know, like this. A little bit more substantial. I do like this. I do like this one. We've used this in a couple locations. I think we'll go with this guy. But first we're going to go with the, we're going to go into the shell kit. Now that I've decided that, we're going to go into the shell kit, interior, doors. This side, yes, right there. Then we'll have to do the interior windows, because there's 4 rooms that have those. And then we'll worry about the full wall pieces, because that'll just be a ton of free spaces for us to work with. A ton of cool, clean, free spaces. Oh, come on. There we go. Really should not be dropping as many frames as I am while doing this. Oh man, that's bothersome. Yeah, I feel like I probably should. I'm just trying... Once I figure out what the general floor plan of that thing is going to look like, because I'd like to go in having a plan for it. Once I figure out what the general floor plan for that is, it will probably be something I go I go ahead and stream. I don't know how many episodes it would be. I imagine it won't be an absurd amount, but there's a lot of figuring out the space I have to do. There's a lot of figuring out the general layout of things I got to work on, as well as how many floors it's going to be. I mean, the default Croup Manor, if you were to rebuild the default Croup Manor, which I currently have done, it's three floors. Yeah, it's 3 floors tall, and on the 3rd floor you have a little terrace on top of one of the 2nd floor pieces. But beyond that, it's a pretty. It's a large enough location to be a player home. Sure, I want to turn it into a proper manor because I want my NPCs, all of my companions, I want them to each have their own individual room over there. Except for Strong, I guess, because there's not like a bed I can fit him in or something. But you guys get it. You get it. That's not too wild of an idea. Hopefully. I don't know. But it'd be nice, you know, and each of the rooms could represent exactly like everything that character cares about, and the way I see their story progressing and all this kind of stuff. It could be really cool. I just need to figure out what that's going to look like. Okay, ooh, that's right, we've got the door pieces. Okay, I'll do these. Forgot about the half doors. Alright, half doors next, and then we'll do the half walls and then the full walls. Because there's plenty of extra things to do here always. Okay, you gonna cause me any trouble? Oh yay, you're gonna cause me trouble, like always. There we go. We got you. There's always one of them that doesn't want to snap properly. Always one of them. Sometimes two, like in this case. Okay, now we got these pieces. And I went the wrong direction, of course. Okay. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter which way I attach them. They have the same design either way. Okay, that's fine. You'd think that it would have been nice for Bethesda and the person who created the Snappy Build mod to make sure that the half wall textures actually matched up to halfway across the wall, but I guess they don't. I guess they don't, and I don't think that's a fault of the mod creator. Everything within the Snappy Build mod, everything there is a resource that was used in game at some point. So you would think that this is probably actually a Bethesda issue, and all that the Snappy Build guy or guys did was that they brought the resources from the creation kit and just put it into a mod. That's basically it. Now, it's not every single resource in the creation kit, but it's like 95% of the resources in the creation kit. In terms of building materials, like 95% of them. Which I think is good enough for most uses. Certainly good enough for us. Certainly good enough for us. I'm sure I would enjoy a little bit more variety in terms of a couple things, you know, some different wallpaper trims maybe. Because as much as I enjoy the wood trim we have, I'm sure there's something else we could do. We could do a little better here or there, but at the end of the day, we can do quite a lot with just what we've got here. And if I knew how to mod, I'm sure I could come up with a solution for myself. If I had access to the modding tools and I knew how the mod works, I could probably come up with my own resources to fix some of my issues. Maybe I could do an upscale to the ones that already exist and all that kind of stuff. Although, these ones are pretty good. They don't really need an upscale, do they? Okay, good. And if they did receive an upscale, it would look weird in comparison to the texture quality of all the other things in this game. And I don't like running ENBs because they would tank my performance. They'd tank my performance on stream even further than it already is. So an ENB is probably not the best way to go. Don't want anything to be too high quality in terms of a texture. I mean, these the brick textures and the wood textures and everything, this is already beautiful. Already beautiful. And as strong of a PC as I have built here, Bethesda will eat all of your resources for breakfast, lunch, or for breakfast, second breakfast, luncheon, tea time, dinner, supper, and after dinner snack or whatever. Actually, it was breakfast, second breakfast, 11sies, lunch, and tea time. Yes. There we go. Just recently watched those movies with my mom, which I think was the second time for her, but she had forgotten most of the details the last time we saw them. And I'm very happy I was able to go ahead and, share that experience with her. She's not usually a big fan of fantasy, but she came away really enjoying Lord of the Rings. Okay, now with all that taken care of, we will definitely put in the terrace. We have technically about 2 minutes left, but I don't want to leave any of this stuff undone, so why not? We'll run over the clock a little bit. We'll run over the clock. Not the end of the world. And besides, we've got a couple of short streams we could make up for by doing this. Okay, I think first what's important is that we go ahead and we solve what the actual terraced location will look like before we put in the patio over there. Yeah, I think that's kind of the big concern, is that we get that handled first. That's the big focus for me anyway. Okay, we're going to go into the roof section. Flat roofs. We want to use these in conjunction. Actually, pretty much just these. This is the goal. Yes. Not going to use any of the full block pieces because we don't really have much of a need to. Although we could use the full block pieces over there. That would probably work fine. Okay, the stairs are going to come up here, so how about we go and place those stairs now? We should probably put a second pillar so that the structural stability continues all the way up. That should be a thing we do. So that might be what I do first, really. Yep, we'll place you, and we'll drop you down. Actually, do I need to? Oh, I should. Probably. No, because that one was already dropped. Okay, yeah, we're good. Never mind. Usually when I place these pillars, if my concern is building anything over top of where the pillar is placed, what tends to happen, at least in my case, is that there is a visual glitch where the top of the pillar pokes through, but because I already adjusted the height on the bottom pillar, the top pillar isn't going to have the same issue, which is great for us. Great for us. Okay. Yeah, let's go in and put those stairs in. All the way back over. Floors, stairs, all the way over to these guys. Place them there. Nice. Oh, and then we want the railing. Good. Good. Good, 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 good. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and place in the floor pieces here. That's a 2 by 1.5. Okay. 2 by 1.5. Good. Now we go in and place the lights. Okay, technically there's enough room to put a ceiling fan in here. We'll put a ceiling fan in here, okay. I'll put a ceiling fan, why not? Why not? It'll look cool anyway. It'll help give a little bit more character to this space. For how cramped it is. Hey, but we have a ceiling fan. It's the next room. It's the bedroom that I'm not going to be able to... Well, that I'm not going to try and fit a ceiling fan into. Is that good? I think that's pretty solid. Ooh, almost. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's in here. I'm not going to worry about fitting a fan in here. That's why we got the desk fan. Look at that. It's moving. Still like to get this guy as centered as I can. And that's as close to on point as I really care about for that room. And then in here, we'll just do the same thing we did downstairs. We'll place a light on this end. There's already a light inside of the Institute shower, so I don't need to put too much extra light in here, but it just looks right. You know, just looks right. There we go. Do the same over here. And then in here, we want the ceiling fan. Go with the undamaged one because it has a consistent rate of rotation. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so we'll put up the ledges and the railings and build ourselves a little terrace up here. Yeah. Yeah, that'll look cool. That'll look really cool. That will look really cool. We are over time, but that's not a big problem right now. The big problem is getting this to look good. And so, let's start solving that problem. We're going to go over to Snappy Build. Shell Kit. Ledges, because we've got a ton of these guys we need to place still. I forgot to do this down at the bottom, so we'll do it here. I've got a couple ledges to place. All right, that's good. That's good. And did I forget to place the... Okay, I didn't forget to. We took care of that earlier. I mean, I forgot to in accordance with the previous episode, but I didn't forget to do that now, so I'll take care of that. Whoa! Whoa, that was a lot of visual tearing. Jeez Louise. Come on. It's not that bad. Shouldn't be that bad anyway. Okay, yeah, and then we will place... no, I can't move that any further back. That's right. It's the roof piece. Okay, well, first we'll place the parapets. Got parapets going there. There. And those two. All right. And then we need to place the railing. Ooh, no, what we do is we place this guy. Yep. Nice. That will do for that section. And then we've got a bunch of the ledges and the things we need to place up here. Okay. All right. We'll decorate the terrace in the next episode. Just want to make sure we're good on all these parts. I won't put the ledge there until I've built up the wall for the next section. Also in the next episode, so don't worry about that. We'll get to it eventually. Eventually. All right, come on. 3 more of the long pieces, and then a bunch of short guys. Oh, come on. Okay, I'll just handle it down here. Seems like it would cause me less trouble to just do that. Yeah, okay. All right, sure, why not? A lot less trouble that way. This is coming together, guys. Very, very well. We'll have just a couple more episodes, I think, of this. 3 or 4 floors? I don't know. I don't know. 3 floors seems like a nice number to end at. 3 is a pretty solid number. Although I've got my own reasons for liking that. You know, it's a very biblical number. But 4, very even. 4 is very, very even and might add a nice little bit of height to this build. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, come on. Feels so slow trying to place these things. There we go. Ah, that's right. That's right. And in between we just, yeah, I just went with the no post ones. That's what I forgot. Okay. Okay, good. Oh, is this a slow process? Yep, long pieces and short guys. It is very fun. Sorry, you probably sent that like 5 minutes ago when I said it. But yes, long pieces and short guys. I'm sure that sounds like a very fun night for a lot of people. Probably a lot of fun for a lot of different people. Okay. That's about all I'm gonna say about that right now. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I would come up with something clever. I'm just focused. Just really locking in right now. I'm trying to get all this stuff taken care of. Okay, so on this bottom floor, what did I... Not bottom floor, on the second floor, what did I do here? That's right. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. Oof. Okay, we are almost done here, ladies and gentlemen. We are going longer than we did yesterday. which is definitely what someone said at some point in time. Okay. And we got these two. Wonderful. Look at that. That works perfectly. And you know what? Why not? It's not the end of the world. I'll place them now. Worry about the wall placement later. That's a tomorrow issue. Yeah, good. Good. Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. We've done pretty well so far. We'll decorate the terrace tomorrow. We'll probably put a little bit of a like a gazebo look, something over top of it. Something over top of it for sure. You know, for when bad weather happens, it can still be used. It's still a good piece. Okay. And if I do end up doing that, and I only go for a third floor, not a fourth, then at least the entire building would be the same level. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But for now, I'm going to drop ourselves out of the build mode. I'm going to make sure we make a save. Great. And now we're looking for that screenshot. I'm going to toggle free cam, look for that beautiful screenshot. Where do I want it to be? We're going for 6 p.m. I think what I'll do is I'll go for something from this angle this time. What was the last one? The last one I think was from the opposite angle, right? No, you're right. I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I am absolutely in the camp of it's totally not the end of the world until it really is. And it always feels like it is. It always feels like it is, but yeah, you just gotta get yourself out of that mindset. I'm certainly stuck in that mindset, so this isn't me, you know, saying anything against you. Okay, yeah, so the last time I did take the screenshot from the opposite angle, so we'll hang with this one this time. So set game hour to 18 for 6 p.m. Ooh, yeah, I like that. And then toggle menu. Okay, that's all we need. That's all we need. We could go a little to the side there. But that's all good. That's all we need. Ooh, awesome. Okay, so if we don't finish this not tomorrow, on Monday. If we don't finish this on Monday, we'll finish it on Tuesday, depending on how many floors I want to put in. If I put in a third floor... Sorry, if I put in a fourth floor, rather, we'll finish it on Tuesday. But 3 floors might be enough. 3 floors would be 24 beds. Well, 24 guest beds plus the landlord's room. Wow. Wow, okay. I mean, that building alone could fit probably all of the NPCs that will end up showing up here, but I gotta be extra. I gotta be a little extra about this, you know. That's how it goes. Oh, boy. All right. Wonderful. And force weather. Awesome. Okay, well that's it for now. That's it. We're good. We're almost half an hour overtime. Oh geez. All right. Well, it's making up for one of the two short streams we've had recently. Good. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the world to me that you would be. If you've been watching live, thank you very much for watching live. Consider following us here on Kick. If you've been cycling through, if you're already following us, awesome. Check out the VODs channel, which I know that at least one of you here already has been. Thank you very much. On the VODs channel, which is CN Games on YouTube, just youtube.com/@CN_games. You can find all of the VODs for all the past streams. I checked today, and including this one, which will be up at some point tonight, we have 151 videos on that channel, which means 140-ish, I think it's 140, it's 140 or 139, 140 of those should be, 140 of those would be live streams that we've done in the last 6 months. And 140 by approximately 3 hours would be, we're talking 420 hours of content, which I think is funny. Talking 420 hours of content, ladies and gentlemen. Oof. That's a lot. That's a lot. That is, that's more than I can really comprehend right now in terms of like, okay, how many days would that be? That would be almost 20 whole days of content. Almost 20 whole days of things that things of mine you could watch. Wow. Almost 20 days back to back to back to back. Wow. My vibes are immaculate. Thank you. That means a lot, I guess. I don't know. I don't speak that way, but my brother certainly does, and it is wild to listen to him have conversations with his friends. But thank you. It does mean the world to me that you guys would be watching. As I was saying before I got stuck into calculating the amount of time it takes to watch all of my content, if you are interested, I've got all the rest of this series on Kick. On YouTube. We're up to episode this is episode 41 of just Jamaica Plains. So if you wanted to, you could watch 123 hours of me building things in Jamaica Plains. Plus the castle before that, which I think was 17 episodes, somewhere around there, 17-ish episodes. But beyond that, I've got a bunch of other games I play. Eventually, I'm going to need to think of something else other than Fallout 4 because I'm going to run out of things to build at one point, even if it takes another year to get there. I'm going to run out of things to build sometime. So we'll see. We'll see what all that ends up being. But thank you guys for watching. I keep saying that. There's more things I need to say. In the description of every single one of my VODs, you'll find links to my YouTube channels, my Twitter, my Instagram, and all the places you can find me. On the on Twitter and on the YouTube channel, the VODs channel, I manually update the community tab and my Twitter feed every time I go live, so you know exactly when I am. If you're not followed on the Kick channel, that is. And if you are following on the Kick channel, you will get notifications as to when I go live as soon as that happens as well. And that's the best way to reach me is on top of that. If anyone wants to take the things I've been doing and wants to go ahead and build something cool in their own world and show it to me, either send me screenshots on Twitter or go ahead and link and tag me in the video description on YouTube, and I'll get a notification for it. And I'd love to check out what you guys build because I think it's really cool watching all the ideas other people have. I try to come up with cool things to do here, but really it just comes down to bureaucracy simulator, and I'm building out a town. I've turned Fallout into City Skylines, basically. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. The last thing, and I purposefully remembered to put this at the last thing today instead of usually forgetting to talk about it. There are links to support me monetarily if that's your kind of thing. If not, no worries. I'm not going to sit here and beg you to do so. But everybody here is smart and knows how money works. If I can get paid to do this, I can do this more regularly or do larger quantities of this or all kinds of things. And it would mean the world at some point. Everyone of my generation, one of their top 5 jobs is being a YouTuber, and I think it'd be cool at some point to do that, but I'm not going to sit here and try and pull money out of your hands. that's a bit much. That's not really my thing. And if you're just here to watch, thank you very much for watching. It genuinely does mean the world, no matter how many times I say that in one sentence. I mean it every single time. And I will not be streaming tomorrow. I do not stream Sundays for a multitude of reasons, including, you know, it's a good family day and I go to church and all this kind of stuff. But I've decided to take Sundays off. I made that decision months and months ago, and it has only been helpful to me. But I will see you guys on Monday for the continuation of this, either the finale of the Motel or the penultimate episode of the Motel build. We'll see. But I'll see you guys then, approximately the same bat time, which is 4:30 Central most days. And on the same bat channel. All right. Have a good one. That was super clumsy, but yeah. See you then.